Welcome to the man cave. Good morning. Yesterday we got on our steering stabilizer, steering damper. So that was a fun one. I've left everything apart because to do the fairing or the tower. But today we're gonna grab Barkbusters. So if you've never done one of these before, it's a little bit involved. The left side is going to be easier than the right side because of the throttle. And we just, there's these inserts that are compression or the expansion I should say, when you tighten them down, it grabs the inside of the handlebar tube. See that? So when you tighten it down, this part expands. I will set those two there. I'll separate these pieces. This will actually go on the handlebars, and they're tapered. So one side is, you see it's marked L there, and this one's marked right. So you know which way to put it on. That's very handy. Left and right. Then these bits attach they're going to go, I believe, yeah, these will attach to the bar and then attach to this part to finish the whole system up. I'll need to pull this lever. You got to be really careful when you do this though. There's a plunger in here with the spring behind it. So when you pull this lever out, before you put this bolt back in again, things can come apart. I learned that the hard way. So let me get the right driver. Let me put this in here temporarily. Yeah, alright, so it's just kind of an interference fit there. That's cool. So we're going to put this back on the bike. So generally you just kind of, the end of the bar is going to be right at the end of this orange thing. Get your fingers out of the way, Mike. So practice on the left side first before you get to the throttle. Throttle's going to be slightly different. And that's going in this way. And it goes into the pre-threaded part. And I see an opportunity for some Loctite once we figure out what we're going to be doing. Now the question is, do we want to go up? We want to go down? Do we want these wires? I mean, they're starting to fit there pretty good. So let me pull this thing out. Let me get this wire up on top. Put this guy back in this way. The bolt going down. Put the nut on it. Okay, hold on. So in order of tightening, they want you to tighten 10, 8, 7, then 6. So 10 is over here, right? So tighten this one down first. Got it in line with the lever. Then 8 is okay. Now with all the we got this end in, this end, this is, and this end, that's an 8mm. This is an 8mm, 2 6s, and the bolt going through there. So the text says to mount on the M6s 10 Newton meters and the M8s 20 Newton meters. So I'll go back and I'll get a torque wrench for that. So in the meantime, let's go look and see what's involved on the right side. I'm going to take this off first, and again, be very careful before you pull the pin that things don't slide, explode out of the way. Hold the handle in place and get that. Put the pin back in. Okay. Set that aside. I'm going to this doesn't go in. It's because of the plastic of the throttle body is in the way, so that has to get cut out too. So a step drill obviously is different steps, right? So if I put that in there and I get that to the diameter of the inside of the in fact, if I loosen the entire throttle assembly and got it away from the handlebar, then I can actually move it. What do they use? Really, they're using Phillips head screwdrivers. Huh. 4 screws. You know, I bet they've got oh, the cables are tied. After all. And we'll put it back in. Alright, so I can pull this throttle back a little bit. You get a vacuum cleaner to suck all that stuff out. Okay, now I'm actually, okay, I gotta pull out. I'm actually hitting the handle. Is that the same diameter as this yet? Back. There we go. Okay. One more time. Alright, so I went up to the 7/8 inch just hold this up there temporarily, tighten it down some. Now one other change you'll notice that I'm going to come this will actually be going down like that. So might as well put it down like that, right? Okay. We got 4 more minutes. Hurry, Mike. Then I gotta leave for lunch. Hugs off your hands. So let's call that. I'll go off to lunch, and then we'll hit this back up. Looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Right? Okay. Okay, so it's marked left. And this one's marked left. So I think these go up high. Okay. And then this part, we have one screw right here. It's already pre-drilled for us. So those guys are the, looks like a thread forming screw. And the question is going to be on this one, how do I, where am I going to mount my strobes? Okay. Well, if you like that look, that's the way to go. What do you think, Deacon? Another successful mount. So if I go to mount the cameras and stuff, I'll do another video of that. Can you see that right there? There's this nut that's built into it, and there's this hollow tube to hold on the guard. So on the right-hand side, the axle is already here, so you don't have to do anything to it unless you want a mud guard. And then that would cost you like $27. This thing just goes in like that, right? So if you wanted to leave that, you could, but I'm going to leave that open. All right, that's one problem solved. Cool beans. Let's put this back up. Remind me, I still got to come back and torque these things down. Let's go see what we can do on the Magura side. So this side is Brembo, and you can get a Brembo boot for about $30. And if you buy an Enduro, a KTM Enduro, it normally comes with those rubber boots when it also comes with these hand guards. So I'm not too sure if I got screwed in Mexico, that it should have been part of my kit. I've got an 8mm nut that happens to be 4mm thick, and I put that on here as a top spacer. And then on the bottom, I'm taking this lock nut, which is just enough to I don't even know if that's the right threads. It's not, no, that's not the right one. Needs to be like a 5mm lock nut. Let me go find one of those. So I've got this spacer. I can't find me a 5mm lock nut. I can get one at the hardware store. So that'll just go there. Or you can spend $17 on a new bolt. Get a Rocky Mountain ATV with a bunch of other stuff. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and slide this guy back up. And we'll worry about getting boots and stuff at a later date. Maybe we can find used ones from the dealership. So you need to find a good deal on a camera in there? Yeah, on a Magura boot on this side and a Brembo boot on the other side. One final note, as I'm torquing these things down, is that you want these wires all going over the top of the brackets. Okay. So like that, going over the top of the brackets. That way there won't be any strain on them.